Hello, everybody out there. I am John McClain with FPS Outdoors, and today I got another gift from the ATF. Although, of course, they could have given it to me like 6 months ago. But fresh out of ATF prison is my Apache 9 suppressor from Sylvan Arms. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. If you've ever wanted to or thought about buying a suppressor, then make sure you hit that subscribe button because, well, there's a couple videos where I talk about suppressors and the whole process that I went through. And of course, there's videos like this one where I'm talking about a new one that I got. And we're going to kind of break it down a little bit. And then later on, we're going to take it out to the range and actually put some rounds through it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified of when I drop those new videos. But in the meantime, let's talk a little bit more about the Apache 9 from Sylvan Arms. So Sylvan Arms is a company that's based out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and they're relatively new to the suppressor market. How new? Well, even when I went through Silencer Shop, they didn't even have this in their system, and it kind of had to be inputted by hand through my SOT. They had to call and actually talk to Silencer Shop. However, once I got it electronically certified and sent off, then it was roughly about 6 months before the approval was given to me, which is still about 5 months and 29 days longer than I should have to deal with it. And that's even rough. In reality, I should have been able to walk out of the gun store with it, right? But let's talk a little bit about the Apache 9. So the first thing to note is that this suppressor is roughly about 7.3 inches in length. And I know what you're saying. That seems like a pretty long suppressor, and you're probably right. It's my first 9mm can, so I really don't have much to judge about it. But I do know this, that at SHOT Show, I had a meeting with Sylvan Arms. I got a chance to go down there and chat with them for a bit. And they actually have a new version coming out that's going to measure about 5.5 inches long. And the weight is going to be around the same. So instead of being titanium inside and out like this one is, the 5.5-inch version comes with mostly titanium interior and exterior, and then I believe it's some stainless steel pieces in the back. So the weight's about the same, although you do reduce the overall length of the tube. So if that's something that's important to you, then keep your eyes open because that will be hitting the market a little bit later on this year. The weight of the Apache 9 is roughly 11.9 ounces, as it says on their website. And of course, it comes in a nice Cerakoted black finish, 7.3 inches again for the overall length. The grade for the outside is grade 9 titanium, and then the baffles on the inside is grade 5 titanium. If you know what that means, then cool. I don't. I'm just, regurgitating what their website says. Thread pattern for the Apache 9 is a 1/2x28 thread pattern, so that's going to fit most of your typical handguns and PCC barrels that are chambered in 9mm. I'm going to assume that that's kind of a universal thing for pretty good reason, and I wish more of the gun industry did that. As far as disassembly, cleaning, and maintenance of this, I've chatted with Sylvan Arms, and basically what they say is that you shouldn't have to. And I'll be able to let you know whether or not that's a thing or not, but they say that their test tube has, or their test suppressor that they have, has gone through thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds without needing cleaning. And if you do want to clean your suppressor, which I've done some studying, and from my understanding, you really shouldn't clean your suppressor all too much because all you're doing is just, like, as you shoot the suppressor more, it gets better at its job. And when you clean it, you're kind of eliminating some of the extra nooks and crannies and surface area and space for that gas to have to travel around through. And you actually decrease the what's what I'm looking for. The effectiveness of the sound suppression when you do that. So they say you really shouldn't have to worry about it. And Sylvan Arms also says that if it is something that you need to worry about, then what you can do is you can send it into them, and they will kind of give it a once over and kind of rehaul it for you if that's what you would like them to do. So good to know. Now, right off the bat, this suppressor is basically set up with the piston spring installed so that you can install it onto any sort of platform that requires the barrel to move, like a handgun. However, for those that want to put it on something like a MP5 or a PCC or anything like that, that does come with a rifle piston that you can install. All you do is remove the back cap, slide this over the spring that's in place, and then screw it back on using the handy tool that's provided. And you're ready to mount it to a fixed barrel type platform. So one of the things you may notice is that when it's just got the piston spring installed, that the back end cap fits flush against the tube. However, once you install the rifle baffle or piston or the extra piece that's meant for fixed barrel shooting, I'm not sure what the official term is. Hey, I'm learning as you go, right? You'll notice there's that gap. And that concerned me. The purpose behind this gap is so that the end user, being you, can tell just by visually or by tactile feel, you can determine whether or not the suppressor actually has that piece installed or not. When it is installed, you have that gap, which means that this is ready to be attached to any sort of a host firearm that has a fixed barrel. If there is no gap, and you can't visibly see it, that means that all it has is the piston spring on it, and it needs to be installed if you are planning on putting it on a fixed barrel type platform. And sometimes people come up with stuff that I'm just like, that's a great idea. I'm glad someone thought about that. Now, when we talk about the Apache 9 suppressor from Sylvan Arms, know that the MSRP is $674.99 off of their website, which that seems like a pretty damn good price for a suppressor that could last you the rest of your life. So if you would like to look up any more information about the Apache 9 from Sylvan Arms, you can go to their website, which is sylvanarms.com, and check out all the cool products they have. I've got their sighting fold stock adapters. I've got the Apache 9 suppressor now. And they also have some like Glock slides and stuff like that. So be sure you go check them out. With that being said, that was a quick overview of the Apache 9 from Sylvan Arms. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I hope you found the video enjoyable, and I hope you find the following videos enjoyable, at least as enjoyable as they're going to be for me, because we are going to take this thing out to a range. We're going to test 124 grain FMJ supersonics, and then we're going to run some 147 subsonics through both my Glock 19 terminalist Glock from Terran Tactical, and then I've got my ARV from PSA that is being a little bit of a butthead, but it should run enough for me to put some rounds through it. So we're going to run both a fixed barrel and a not fixed barrel with the Apache 9. So make sure, like I said, you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Again, I'm John McClain, and I'll see you on the next one.